we are going to have our first skirmish, and it is going to be shoddy snipers. So shoddy snipers will be the first skirmish coming. We are all very excited about that. We've been waiting for skirmishes for a long time. Ignition is going to probably come in a future skirmish, but we heard from you guys and you really wanted shotties and snipers, so we're going to start with that. All right, here we go.
Are we ready?
I got to make sure I reload.
Both games? There we go. 1v1 shipment.
1v1 shipment.
1v1 shipment.
All right, fine.
Are we ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I just can't jump on top of that truck.
So here's to hoping that, let's see. I'm hoping that we don't end up just doing a carousel. So for example, if we're both running just in the same direction, around and around and around, I don't think that'll be the case, but I think Sarah will be able to tell us. You're right, just...
it will be hard since I don't know this POI very well yet.
Because it's brand new.
Because it's brand new. Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
Look. What other ideas do you have for skirmishes? Well, we've done a bunch in the past. Ignition wasn't technically a skirmish, but we've done the reanimation skirmish, which was a duos mode where if your partner died, they would come back as a zombie, an exploding zombie. We've done strongman skirmish, or I'm sorry, Iron Man skirmish, where everyone had double health. Shoddy sniper was another one. Ooh.
Get wrecked, Rabbi.
Oh!
Oh!
I thought he was over on that side. Well done.
Beautiful.
On the note of the shotgun, there have been some excellent changes coming through, and I think I'm ready to show that one off.
You ready?
Should I jump into training? Are you in training?
I'm in training right now.
Okay. Oh, and
So
this is new too.
Look at that.
Instead of that little thing that says, you know, you are this far in queue and what have you, it is going to be that new screen, which speeds up the process. No like useless clicks, things like that. One thing you'll notice right away, hey, my parachute didn't spin around the whirling tornado, so we got that fixed. Another one you will notice off the bat is the color of the grass has been darkened. We have no more highlighter neon green grass, so we darkened that up a bit. We pulled some of the fog changes back based on your guys' feedback, and those are just a few of the changes in the arena. So if you want to kick it over to Ri-Fi's screen, he has the shotgun, which we have made some significant changes to as well.
Cool. And
All
over to
right.
Ri-Fi.
So some significant changes. Let's see if I can give you a bit of an extra perspective here. So this is what the shotgun currently looks like on QA. I am using dev commands here, so you will see some oddities, kind of a little bit of screen flicker.
Yeah, that black and white.
Right, but you will notice how consistent this kind of spray pattern is here. It's a lot better than our current one is right now. We'll be able to jump back on live, and I think I'll be able to show you guys that a bit later. But so that's just one. I'm gonna head over here so we can start up a new kind of pattern. There's another one, also very, very consistent. When you get to about, let's say, just outside of this vehicle range, that's all very, very close. So if I'm standing here, you can kind of see. Yeah,
the original shotgun pattern was
that
more randomized.
Right.
There were 7 pellets as opposed to the 17 we have now.
So about 8
pellets
8 before, yeah.
Yeah. So we increased the number of pellets. We are going to be tweaking the power of each of the of the pellets and the damage that gets done itself throughout this testing process. But the shotgun should be significantly more consistent now. It just feels better in all the internal playtests we've done. And we are excited to get these changes into your hands because I know the shotgun has been a point of contention is one way of putting it.
Definitely, just a slight point of contention.
Yeah, so we're stoked about these new shotgun changes. Yeah, you can see.
You may also notice that nothing clipped there. They all actually went through. That was firing from first person. You will notice some consistency changes that'll help out quite a bit. So if it doesn't look like you're gonna hit,
people are requesting a jump shot if you want to do that.
Sure.
A jump shot.
Just a really, really simple.
Jordan.
There you go.
So yeah, you can see the ones that hit the pole as opposed to the ones that continued on through.
So there you go. That's another jump shot, and here's about the same range without jumping. And you will notice that some of these lines are going to disappear just because all of them don't stay on screen. So there you go. It's a really, really consistent pattern that you guys are going to be looking at now, and without the kind of that block that would stop you necessarily from shooting right around here, it's going to be a lot more consistent. And I know personally, I'm looking forward to this. So you guys remember that excellent spray pattern, how consistent it was,
Yep.
where it was, and all that before. Here's what it is currently on live. So even though that looks pretty consistent here, let's see what happens when we push it out a bit right. So you're gonna notice its spread is a little more varied, and it's gonna be a little more pinpoint than what it was before.
Fewer
pellets
or pellets
for
yeah.
sure. Right. So even coming in, and if I had the classic reticle on, I'd be able to show you guys that the classic reticle appears to be much larger than this shotgun's reticle actually is. So I hope that kind of gives you a better idea as to what the difference is for the current live shotgun, and there it is. That happens as well. So I hope that gives you guys a better idea as far as what's currently on live and what will be coming.
All right. So here we are in one of our first new POIs. You'll see that it's in C7. So this area here, basically when we took a look at the map and said,
Switch
there
to
are
There we go.
points on the map that are totally barren and just wide open plains. Usually it's kind of the big sections here, up here, and over here that we decided, the map needs a little bit more variety, new places to get loot, to stock up. This is the first new one that we're going to show off. We're going to show 3 big ones, but there are tons of other changes made to the map in terms of we've added hills where there used to be, giant stretches of flat, and smaller like campsite type things there are a lot more of those scattered throughout. So you're never really in a horrible spot where you can't find something pretty quickly.
Ta-da!
So I think this one might be one of my favorites. It's kind of fortress-like. It's a shipping yard, essentially. You've got this giant crane here with shipping containers all over the place, but it provides a lot of verticality, and looks like we got shotgun. Don't mind if I do.
So you'll see all sorts of these little tunnels here that Greg is going to be able to run through, and there's little boxes to jump on top of, and I'm sure somebody will find a way to get to somewhere they're not supposed to out here, but it's going to be...
Somebody's going to figure out how to get all the way up there.
Yep.
I guarantee
someone
it.
will figure it out.
You guys are crafty, and you'll figure it out, even though it might not intentionally.
1v1 shipment, says someone. That's a throwback.
That would be really cool.
I like
yeah, that
that.
is a throwback.
Throwback.
So yeah, this is one of the new POIs that I'm pretty stoked about. And now this particular one is up in E3. So you kind of saw back down here was where our last one was. This next one is north of Pleasant Valley. So
Where should I
Tall
swap
Paul
over?
called it the Pleasant Valley Donut, which is essentially this giant circle around Pleasant Valley.
It's missing.
Had the most wide open spaces that we wanted to add some variety to.
I did play COD 4. You take that back. I played a lot of COD 4.
Why would you not have?
I don't know. Someone claimed that I didn't play it, which is a lie. So we are working towards, I think Greg already mentioned this, this is all going to be on the test server shortly.
Look at this spread.
Oh, look at that.
So yeah, when you're up close, it is a lot tighter, as shotguns do when they're further away. The spread is a lot further apart. This is what we internally are calling the villas. So you can see, this location before was probably pretty darn flat, and now we added a lot more verticality, a lot more roads. Some of these houses, are the nicer houses.
The giant mansion
This
house.
is the rich
over
folks,
here, yep.
rich folks area.
Would you like me to pull you into one of those new houses?
I'm trying to make my way.
Making your way.
Okay, so then there's the radio tower up over there. Looks like I'm at the top.
All right.
But oh yeah, okay, you're doing a pretty good job showing it off.
He is a spectator. He's professional
Yes.
at this.
Well,
Hey,
so
we
is
both
so
are.
is Greg.
We both are.
Someone calls this one Fabula or Favela, so we're just going straight COD now and all of our references. Los Santos. Also.
Yeah, so this is a pretty. It's one of the bigger new POIs. You got 3 different levels. as it goes up. This should add a lot more interesting loot to
And
this
where's
area.
Located? This located in G6.
This one is G6.
No one can
Yes,
see it.
so
Here, we'll
just
see.
to
Right
the
there.
right of Pleasant Valley.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones were what, C7, and then what, like E2? I think it was somewhere up in here, E3. But yeah, this one is going to be in G6.
So a lot of you guys will recognize that gas station and those warehouses over there as being there are tons of fights that happen in there. If you want to fight early game, that's where, if you see it, that's where you're gonna land.
So now the inventory and the crafting windows have been combined. So let's just say, like, hey, I'm gonna shred some of this stuff. Shred, shred, shred. I'll shred my pants. Just want to get some more. All right, so over here, field bandage. Now you said you have the ingredients. If you don't, it will be in red, and what you need will be in red. If you do, there will be a little green tag that you can craft. If you left-click on this bandage right here, it will craft 1. If you right-click, which I will do now, it will craft max. So I've crafted all 3. Another thing you'll notice here is the carrying capacity. I should probably just find some proximity stuff to show that off.
Yep.
So here we go. We got the pistol, the shoes, and the ammo. That will show directly how it affects your carrying capacity, so you don't have to do, you know, some back-of-the-napkin math while you're trying to play.
If you have a napkin next to you while you play and you're doing math on it, I don't know what to tell you.
You're doing it right. When vehicles spawn in the world, they will have a chance at 3 or 4 different colors to spawn in with, and or the original color, the default skin. So those vehicles all have new default skins. The cop car will remain the cop car.
And there are some samples for you guys. So
they come in
that's
very pretty rainbow colors. There will be a picture in the producer's letter that has all of the new colors that they
Hey,
are.
look, I finally found another vehicle, and it's an ATV, and it's the
same color.
So this is the default ATV skin. So yeah, that is that's something new that will be coming out with this patch. And again, we are anxious to hear you guys' feedback. Take that in, make changes if we feel they're appropriate and make sense. But yeah, right now we've got new default vehicle skins, which should hopefully, our goal is to make them stand out from, you know, all the other vehicles that are on the map that are, they look broken down, but, you know, do really confuse some players as to, like, why can't I jump in this truck?